Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Airships Conquer the Skies, where we are continuing on our escapades as the cultist tech tree faction type thing, and we will hopefully in this episode get everything pretty much cleared up. We currently have, in terms of fleets, a very small reaction fleet on the right hand side. They're consisting of 3 prims, so not big at all. We have our main attack fleet, which has got a Denver, a Kraken Revenant, which is the reanimated slash undead Kraken thing, and then finally 2 Barries. We also have a rock tosser in its own fleet there, and then somewhere else I think we had something, but oh actually no, I think we scrapped that one. We have a couple of things like Mad Scientist, the Clockwork Wasps, Brigands, etc. that we might have to have a look at, but to be honest with you, with what's been going on here, I think it's best to go to Dane and go to build ship, and we are going to build some Denvers. And when I say some, I mean as many as we can possibly. Actually no, let's build probably 5 of them for now. The reason for that is we want these ships to quickly take out any fleet that is attacking. Speaking of attacking, we do have this fleet here, which we will say intercept. I don't know whether we'll make it. Yes, we will be able to intercept it. That is fine. And we are now intercepting with the Kraken, with a Denver, and 2 of the Barries, but we are against all of that, which is a massive, massive fleet. So let me just rotate that around. We're going to put this one up to there. These ones we will move to probably above and below the Kraken, actually. So we'll probably move one probably right at the back there, just in case they try to come up and around. It's unlikely that they'll be able to do that, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to move down over to this bit here, and you can see immediately they are actually moving further down, which is something I didn't expect to see. But I'm going to say this one, unpause it, will say ram to there. I just want to go down, then we'll bring this one further over to that way, just to make sure we can attack in all sorts of directions. What I'm doing, as you can see, is using our boarding ship to try and take out the closest one here, and luckily we have got to the point where we should be able to get on board. Yes, we can. We are currently in the process of completely and utterly destroying the little ship here, which has now thankfully been destroyed. We've managed to capture the Orion, which is a fairly nice looking boat. We're going to move that over to there. This one we will bring back, the Denver. There's no reason to keep the Denver in play at this stage. We're actually going to move up with the Kraken here. You can see actually what's happening is we were attacking with... Why isn't this moved? Let me flip it around to there. And it is not moving for some strange reason. I'm not too sure why, but there you are. I did say move, as it's got no engines. Did we take all the engines out? Let me just pause a second and have a quick look. No, there's an engine there, and it's got enough suspendium to keep it afloat. It's nice to see the inside of this thing, actually. We'll have a quick look. We've got all of the lights on the outside. We've got... these towers here, I did think they were just for show, and yes, you can see they just go to nothing, but that's not too much of an issue. We've got the command section at the back there, we've got a water point, 2 coal points, we've got suspendium, 1, 2, 3 suspendium chambers there, the standard suspendium chambers, in terms of, an auxiliary one there, like a mini one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cannon, but I think there was some more at some point, but they have now been removed, and we also have the ammo store there, and... Actually, that's it. Oh no, we've got a small ammo store there and a couple around there. So it's an interesting design. Anyway, the Kraken is doing the usual, which includes but is not limited to destroying everything in its path. We're going to save this ram. I'm going to say ram to there because I don't know why it's not able to turn. I don't know why. It's just not moving. Interesting. Anyway, so we've got the Barry up there, which is on rapid fire. We're going to put it to aimed fire. Same for this one back here as well, because I think it would be best. We're going to move the Kraken a bit further forward. I don't really want to have the Kraken hovering above this, just in case that gets taken out and then hits the Kraken and destroys it. It's unlikely to do so, to be honest with you. Looks like we're ramming into this, and that's... Oh, that's not good, because it's rammed into that, and then made the weapons explode. However, this has actually brought something quite useful into play, because I'm going to say ram with the Barry, and we're actually pushing this now, so we're going to push it behind it, and... Oh. The Kraken isn't there anymore. Okay. I don't know where that went, but I'm guessing it got destroyed. And sadly, I didn't catch it. What I am doing is moving the Barry round the back here, because that's now making this fire into the back end of that. So we're going to lose the fight. I don't think it's unreasonable to say that we have lost the fight, because, well, we've lost the Kraken. However, we've managed to take out one of their little ships, capture one of their bigger ships, and, oh, there's the suspendium chamber, and there goes the Barry. I was about to use the Barry to ram into the back of that, but, yeah, it didn't work so far. Let me, speaking of ram, I'm going to push this further back. As you can see, it's, this could use some fixing. They're shouting about this one here. We're actually going to move further back with this thing. The shots from this bottom one, how good for ammo? Ammo is actually really, really good. We're going to keep it on the current rate of fire, though. The shots are coming from this, hitting into the back of that one. It looks like, oh, that's all kinds of bad. It looks like the Barry has actually crashed into this and taken out only one of its weapons, but this is still captured and still technically under control, but the remnants of the Barry are actually dropping down and destroying that, and if it gets to the suspendium chambers, which is very close to doing so, yep, there's one of the suspendium chambers gone, and we've still got one suspendium chamber and one auxiliary, but we have also lost a fair amount of stuff, and we're also drifting. The reason we're drifting is because we have currently no propulsion. Yeah, that's strange. Seeing no propulsion there. But we are still able to fire, so I'm hoping that this eventually will drop. Now we know, because we've seen the blueprints of the other one, that this is their engine that is currently on fire, and it looks like that is burning quite well. It's still, oh, we still got the Denver. Sadly, it's no longer in control. I guess, there we go, there's the suspendium chamber gone, and that was actually a bit of an anticlimax. It hit the ground, took the bottom spike out. That explosion in the distance is probably the Denver? I think it was the Denver. Right, this is burning, and it's unlikely that that's going to be put out, although I think we're still going to lose a fight, but the thing is, we've destroyed this fleet. The only thing they've got left, really, is this thing, and even then, it's seen better days. It's sort of ironic that the thing that's done the most damage, well, arguably you would say the Kraken, but it could be this, the one we've captured. Like, out of their fleet, it's their ship that's done the most damage, and we couldn't even maneuver it. We had to use the Barry to shift it. Actually, this is, you know what? This is, I said ramming speed there. You notice it's actually got no suspendium, so it can't fly. But I'm going to click abandon ship, get all the crew out. Could we board? Move to that ship? Or maybe move to there? I don't think we can, no. No. Oh, there we go. We can move to this. So I've got the crew out of the Barry because it was out of ammo, and that's now blown up. And we've captured the front section of this, which is actually dropped from that. Once we captured this, we've managed to take this one, the fragment of the Invincible. Oh, so that's the Orion. So where is the Invincible? I think it's just blown up. Managed to capture it. It technically does have a rifle on it. We just don't have any ammo, sadly. What on earth was that noise? Oh, it was the Denver running out of coal. Right, got you. The Denver's not known for its longevity. It is a reaction ship. So we're still fighting, but we are going to lose this one. I mean, you can see how much smoke is coming from there. This one is no longer under command, and that's an explodey bit. Oh, and the explodey bit's made the go on fiery bit, and then now it's on the ground. And yeah, that is technically captured, but are they still fighting? They're still fighting. Fighting over there. So we have lost the fight. That is a defeat. However, no crew quarters on the Barry. The other Barry, no ammo. The Kraken Revenant destroyed, so it was destroyed. So it does show you that a sizable fleet can take it out, which we knew it wasn't invincible. It has died twice, but at least at least it can be destroyed. And then in terms of the other fleet, you can see captured, destroyed, destroyed, captured, destroyed, immobile, and then the Magnificent has survived. Today's beverage is a nice cup of orange juice with juicy bits that is now stuck in my throat. So that is the defeat, so we'll go okay fine. They are now coming towards us, and we have a mad scientist fleet coming towards here. That is a bit of a problem because there's nothing much I can do to stop it. It's actually going to there, so I'm not really too bothered about that. This fleet is still underway. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to intercept it with the Barry. Sorry, no, with the Denver. So this ship is now fully factory fresh, as you can see, and we're going to charge straight towards it and do everything we can to board it like that. And because of that large spire, it is very easy to get on board. There you are. So I'm just going to say move to there. We'll get as close as we can, because why not? And that means that we should probably have now, yeah, the ship very easily captured. We're meeting heavy resistance on the Magnificent, but we have captured it. So there we are. That is done. We will now move back to Monopolis, and that is that all pretty much sorted. Excellent. So I'm going to view the spy. Sorry, I've recalled the spy. I'm going to use our inversion here. A fire caused on a foreign agent has destroyed the Dark Cube version 3. That is bad. So I could alter my secret police to medium, but that's going to be quite a big. That's quite a big outlay. Instead, I'll go to defenses and I'll just build another one. Building. We'll build a Dark Cube. See, the thing is, they've probably spent 1,000 on destroying that. It only costs us 500 to build, and we're getting 500 per cycle. So we might as well just do it that way instead. Okay, so the Mad Scientist is attacking there with their thing. We do have the Kraken getting built in that corner. We have a Denver in here, and I'm going to use the Denver to start to invade all of the little outliers, because we're just going to attack and work our way around. In terms of the Magnificent, it needs to be repaired, and I think that's all we really need to do. Yeah, that should be fine. We now have our Kraken, and I will attack that Mad Scientist. No, I'll attack this that's coming in. I technically won't be able to attack it, but what I can do is go to the place it's aiming for. Excuse me, and we should then be able to hopefully not intercept it, but at least take it out. So I have issued orders to move to the very, very spiky defensive structure here, and once everybody is boarding it, as you can see they're climbing out and on board, that should be a relatively easy fight. I'm going to move this up. I'm pretty sure the Denver's like the best ship we have in the fleet. Just the board, it's so fast, it's so cheap, it's just really good at winning. This is another fight, but this is with the rock tosser. We will do our usual and send it right above the target and go to max speed. This is this is a problem. It's actually armed with rockets. Now, rockets have a very good arc of fire, but that isn't the main problem. They do a lot of splash damage, which means, as you can see, they are very easily able to take out huge chunks of the rock tosser. We can destroy them faster, but that's not the point. Let's go for a brutal takeover. I'm going to move that over to Monopolis as well to get it repaired. We've got an incoming fleet. Where is that? Incoming fleet. Where's that going to now? It's going to Suprak. They must be fairly confident if they're sending stuff there. Okay. Let's see what they've got. I'll intercept that once we've got some more of the Denvers built. I've got one Denver built there. We're getting another one built as well. We are just doing our very typical charge and board thing. I was going to do some more building, but quite frankly, this is the last episode of the series, because this is a case of just using what we've got to take them over. So yeah, there's no real great point there. But now, after playing the cultist stuff, it is quite interesting. I'd probably design the ships a bit differently, with you being able to reanimate the dead. What I'd probably do is go for ships that are a lot more armed and armoured and about staying alive. So repair points, water, and med bays, and just do ones that just stays in the fight. So there we go. There's another brutal takeover. We're going to have a quick look with a spy in there. It's going to take a while to infiltrate the Hitty. Let's go for repair. And how are we doing over there? One Denver with one on the go. We're going to go to Cap Bridge. as you can see, we're just taking over all the little bits. And there's more fleets. So that's the fleet there. That's a fleet there. Right, they are actually hitting that quite hard, aren't they? And it looks like that's going to get to that location before us. So let's see what the mad scientist has sent. So they have sent, by the look of it, 3 of these horrible things. And they are apparently very, very drunk. Anyway, they're firing with their Gatling guns, and they're going to come with their big metal tentacles, and they're probably going to knock this thing down, and they will probably be able to do so without any great resistance, because this is just one of those cheap towers that we got randomly. Attackers are looting the city while your fleet is occupied. If you withdraw, your defences will be spared, but the city will be thoroughly looted, minus 60% income. I will withdraw. I will do that because I don't want to be dealing with that again, and quite frankly, I think I'm going to move the Kraken down to there. I think it's better down there. This is our, again, another fight with the Denver. This Denver versus these things. There's no real competition. We've seen them before. We know what they've got. So we'll just quickly say board. Actually, what I tend to do is move it first and then you issue the boarding order, because otherwise you're just sitting there getting shot. And it looks like everybody is now where they need to be. Oh, there's one straggler remaining. He was finishing his beverage. And there we go. That's another Vic and Terry. So we'll brutal take over that one. I really do want to take out this one here, this Northwestrix. So for all I know, there could have loads of stuff there, but we'll see. With the 2 Denvers, we are going to start to intercept now. So here we go. This will be the first fight on the left-hand side, which has 1 defense structure. So let's have a quick look at it. It's like a firewatch point type of thing. Actually, that wouldn't make a very good firewatch point because it's actually made of wood. So, yeah. Although I guess the whole point is you watch fires, you don't put them out. I've just seen someone jump off there and land on the ground, but then get back up again, which, to be fair, cultists, yeah, that is a possibility. So we've now technically removed someone from the game. That was the last remaining little stronghold that they had, which is strange. Oh, I've actually moved the wrong thing there. So that's an intercept there. This one is a probably invading into there. Going to send a spy to that city on the left. This one, everything's been repaired, so we will go for an invade there. I'm doing it now because it'll take so long to get there, so we might as well. Back in our, what is it, the huge shipyard in Ingnet, we're going to build a Kraken with the funds we have now. There we go. Summon a Kraken because, hang on, did they just name that kitten? It might have been. So we are ooh. Right, flee. We cannot defeat that. We cannot defeat that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the Denvers together. I think the Denvers can possibly take out that fleet, but it will only be together. Having 2 Denvers for all of that won't work. Probably because we're going to lose a Denver or 2 getting in there. So it would be, I think, of some benefit to bring all the Denvers together and then attack it. Hopefully we'll get at least 2 ships captured, but we'll see. So we're going to invade to there. For this fleet, we want to unselect everything apart from the Denver, then invade there. So that is all the Denvers going towards this area. This is now infiltrated, and we can see they have 3 things. So with our fleet of that, we will hopefully be able to take them out. Another Denver here, invading there. Obviously, the first fight will be... Oh my good grief. I'm not even going to waste time moving another Denver. And yeah, they've just give up straight away. Yeah, this is a very quick fight. This one is that's the invasion, but the rest is just grouping up. Research complete. Elite infantry, grappling hooks, grenadier, conditioning, and trained musketeers. It doesn't really matter, honestly, what we research at this stage, because as I said, it's probably the last one. Cannon reload time or cannons no longer explode? Yes, please. Cannons no longer explode. I'm going to go for subsidies, by the way, because we're just building what we already have researched and such. So there's all them Denvers now together. We have a spy on the left, and it is... Okay, we could actually start destroy stuff, but I'm not going to bother yet. What I'm going to do instead is intercept there. This won't take long. Their fleet is still moving from there. So I'm guessing that fleet is the same sort of size as that one, but that's only a guesstimation, you understand. So this is going to be a bit tougher. So we'll move them... We want to move them so we've got them staggered like so. Ooh, the problem with that is if they crash, that's going to be all kinds of bad. What I'll do is I'll have these two go for that one, these two go for that one, and then we'll see how we get on. So we'll move those to there, we'll move those to there, and there we go. And straight away they will move forward. The problem is that right, okay, this one has dropped down, so I'm actually going to say order the boarding first, because I want everybody to be outside and ready to jump. We'll move these right down, and then we should be able to jump from one ship to the other. Yeah, so the board is from the top one. Oh, this is bad. You can see the suspendium chamber is about to blow up. Luckily, we're on the suspendium rock, and it means that the floating rock, we have troops, and we can then issue the orders for the troops to go from the floating rock over to this, although it doesn't look like they're doing it. Ah, that's a shame. I don't know if we can do that or not. Okay, so this is now under our command. So we'll do that. I've issued the orders to move, but they're not doing it. I'm not too sure why. Anyway, we're going to take our last Denver and we're going to move around the back. I'm hopeful that I can take the larger one right at the back here. This thing here, if I say move to there, will it move? It's not moving at all. It doesn't move, and now the Denvers are falling out of the sky. That's we'll say that one. And then move down to there. Once again, we'll distance ourselves so we're right near the spikes there, and that should be a takeover of that thing. You can see we do still have troops there, but the troops, you can only move them. It's not technically a board. So even though we've abandoned what's left of the Denver at the back, we can't issue an evade essentially, or a board. It's just a it's just a move. So we could go onto a friendly ship, but sadly we can't move onto an enemy one. So it looks like this is captured. There's fires all over the place. Luckily our cannons don't explode anymore. If I say ram to there, will it move? No, it just says brace for impact and then it doesn't move. The engines are not on. But the advantage that we have at this stage is that we still have one of these Denvers. So I'm going to move the Denver back over. And I'm going to move the Denver to there. Alright. And I want this to gently push this ship back. You see, well, I don't think you can see, but because of all the smoke, we are actually pushing the Denver, the what's this? The Superb plus the floating suspendium rock. We are still in the. We're still in the position that we can win, but we'll see. Actually, that's a grape shot cannon on the back there, which is shooting that. And what we're going to try and do is sandwich these together, like so, and hold them there. Ram that back to there. Is that on the ground? It is on the ground, but the question is, can we make it move? You know what? We're going to have to push these back again. Let's go up to the rock. And what I'll do is say ram forward. So that's going to push the rock, which then pushes the Superb, which then pushes the Courageous. And, oh, there's a suspendium chamber gone. Yeah. So, here's the thing. Will this work? Floating rock. Ah, it's not going to work. That's a shame. What I was going to do is issue the orders for the 16 troops, because it says crew 16s. It's technically 16 crew on the floating rock. Issue those in order to go to here, and then move with that. Move them to the Denver. Get that crew back up. Go back down here and then board that. These will say board them, and what they will do now is abandon this ship, jump on the ground, and they're going to assault. And there's a victory. Excellent. Right, we will move to the closest shipyard. That isn't technically. I'm moving to the closest shipyard that isn't. Good grief! Look at all them. That isn't occupied because I don't want the fleets to meet up, and that's most of those dead. So we do have another Denver and the Kraken, but I think it's a case of attacking there with that one. Build more Denvers to attack with. Build ship. Denver. And we got another attack. They're all slow moving. So I'm guessing it's just the same sort of thing. The advantage that we have is that they are losing territory at a great rate. And this is a big city, so hopefully getting above them will work out. I'm just moving these so they're not on top of each other, because that would be bad. Got a big bronze cannon there, plus a standard cannon, and then one's at the back here as well. Gonna probably move them... No, probably where they are is fine. Aimed fire is also fine. All we're gonna do with the rock tosser is move right to the back, and then they will just rain down upon them a whole melody of pain. And that means that they shouldn't last too long. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna last too long here. Although the one at the front is lasting a lot more than I thought they would. Looks like that one is pretty much out of the game. We are running out of ammo though for the rock tosser. And some explosions on the left. Let me put these on aimed fire. We're out of ammo, but we've still got some in the tubes. There we go. Let me get closer, I think. Victory. They go up. That was actually a rough one. That one was going to be a bit more difficult than I thought. Right, start the fight. Once again, Denver down the bottom. And then board. The Denver is armed. It's armed with a grape shot cannon on the front. I don't know why I decided a grape shot cannon. I think because it just makes holes in things. Oh no, actually the best one would be an actual cannon, because that would make a hole you can board in. But I think they were just, it was something cheap, and it was something that was sort of scattershot, and it could take on planes, because that's something that the Denvers really had a problem with when the planes were introduced. There's a spy now active in here, and we can see that, yeah, we've checked them before, so that's fine. Another fleet, and where's it going? To the place we've just taken over. Okay, fine. I will not really be... I'm not too concerned about that, to be quite honest with you. Let's go down there, start the fight. I mean, they are very, very lightly defended, these things. But you can understand it, because obviously it costs money. And there's the boarding. Nice flat roof there. A couple of people were a bit overzealous and fell several... Well, probably 50 metres, I think, and still got up. So, you know, brilliant. The question is, would we be able to take on that? I don't know what it is. I'm going to intercept it just to see. This is just with one Denver, by the way, so we'll see what it is. I'm also worried about that and what that's armed with, what they've got in there, so I'll send a Denver over there. Why can't I do that? It won't move for some reason. We'll see. We'll try that one and we'll try that one. That is... Ah. So it's these two vessels. You know what? We will chance it. We will try and board it. If we can get one, then if nothing else, they're going to destroy each other, aren't they? Ramp it there. I've told them to ram, but they've lost an engine. Darn it. I'm going to have to flee, but that's dead. Right. Yeah, it lost everything. Let's get these repaired. And I'm going to have to move that down to the sup rack, because there's far too much stuff going there. I don't know what this fleet is actually as well, so we might have a tough one here. No. So we've got the Prims and we've got the Krakens. The Kraken we'll move to there and we'll start the fight, because they're probably going to try and go above. The sun is right in their eyes. They'll never hit us. Well, that's an advantage. So yeah, just in case of the Kraken. Actually, you might as well put it on rapid fire, surely. Oh no, sorry, I was on the unit back there. I was thinking, why would you not put the Kraken on fully rapid fire? But I actually selected them all. When you double click, you select all the units. So that will move down to there. We're just going to keep closing in. You can see the Kraken is ripping off the deck guns on the outside. It's lost all of the cannons on the main front section. It's lost a couple of other things that were probably extraneous. I don't think they were necessary because, well, quite frankly, it's mainly just towers and stuff. But it does still have 2 cannons on the bottom as well as a grape shot thing on the back, and that's now ramming it, and I really don't want to do that. That's probably going to cause more damage than it's worth, so we'll just wait for that to be taken out. It looks like it is slowly moving back over, but we'll see. Yeah, that's now just been chopped in half. So we'll now move over to this one. So this isn't a big problem now. They've lost one of their vessels, and the other one is pretty much down and out now. There's no suspendium chambers. Victory. So that's all fine. That is a nice defense there, and they are actually running off now. Can you see that running off? I am actually going to intercept as well. So we've got the Denver. We'll do another invasion down there, waiting for this other fleet to get back, and we'll repair those. Although, to be fair, what we could probably do is unselect these like that and move the Denvers very quickly to the other shipyard and do it that way. That might be the way forward. We've still got this coming in, which is actually not something we can really deal with. I'll try and intercept it with a Denver. Look at the speed. You can see the speed of it. We're getting pretty much halfway across before they're even halfway across the map before they're even like close to where they need to go. Anyway, once again, placing these in a line. Actually, yeah, place them in a line is better. And then there we go. I'm just going to speed it to max speed because, quite frankly, I don't think there's much chance of us losing this fight. You see the shots coming in from the prims. Surprisingly effective. That enemy is in the fog, so if you're shooting from the fog, from outside of the fog, you have a disadvantage. And have we lost a bit of the prim? We have. A bit of the prim's just fallen off the ammo stores, I think. There you go. So that's now on the ground, which is generally not a place an airship wants to be, especially in combat. There we go. And we'll move back to there. And this is just another straight fight with a Denver. I wonder if we need to build any barries. I don't think so. I think at this stage, with what they've got, we're able to take it over very fast. There you go. They give up straight away. Yep, boarded that, take it over, job done. And it also means that taking over this way, we're not losing anything. Like we're not having to go and rebuild. Just the power of boarding, isn't it? We also have eventually the ability to go for mech spiders, but mech spiders, they can board and kill, but they cannot occupy, so they can't operate machinery and things on it. They can only get there and just take out all of the crew, the mech spiders. But they're very good at that. You also have aerial hussars as well, which we haven't used in anger. This is their main city. I don't think we can take that out. It's unlikely that we'll be able to take that out. I'm going to start to invade around here. I'm going to recall that spy. Let's see about this inversion here. So this is another straight fight. I will say, this time I will say board. And then move. Normally I don't do it that way, but quite frankly, I want them to move down. Come on. Ram down there. There we go. And that's boarded. And luckily, what's actually happened there is this thing has spun round, because it spun round to attack us. But now all our guns are pointing forward, which it does say no target available and captured. That is interesting, but we can't issue orders to move. None of these are working though. It also very much wants to go down. I don't think it's lighter than air. Oh, it only just is, but we are, to be fair, having to lift up a Denver too. I'm going to say board ship that, get them out of the ship, and get on board that. Oh, I thought we'd just be able to grab onto that spike and do it that way. Doesn't look like that is the case now. Question is, can we issue... Oh, it says boarding. Yeah, we go. There we go. It came too close. We have them going from one ship to the other. Yeah. That's fairly disastrous for them, I think. It's unlikely that they'll be able to fend off that many. Although I don't know how many they've got. They might be able to do it. Either way, for the cost of one Denver, which is 600-700 generic units of currency, we've taken out one of their ships, and we were working on another. Sadly, I think we have lost this. Yeah, it's defeat, but they've blasted their ship up massively, so there you go. To be fair, it was only one Denver anyway, wasn't it? So we've got back to there. I'm going to invade in that direction. These are getting back to Suprak, and then we're going to use those in anger. So we will lose probably this one fight here. Start the fight. They've got their big ship versus, well, this little thing, which is 3 rifles. So we are not going to win the fight. We're going to go to aimed fire and see what we can do on max speed and just wait. But in reality, they're going to win this fight. But yeah, I mean, we just boarded this and took it over last time. But the writing's on the wall here. I think realistically, there's not much they're going to be able to do now to stop us. It was sort of like that last episode. We thought that, well, maybe they'll put up a fight, maybe they won't. They have been sending these ships at us, and they are very nice looking ships, and actually fairly decent as well in terms of what they've got on them and whatnot. So it's got everything. It's got I really like the look of it. It's got decent firepower. It's got, you know, it's decently armed, and you can actually see, and armoured as well. You can see there's actually different. It's got different layers of armour. It's got like compound, well, composite armour essentially, where it's got different ones all on it. So the stuff that is valuable, or should I say explosive, they've put that behind thicker armour to protect it more, which is excellent. Good decision. Say it just, you know, it saves on weight and that sort of thing. We are still, at the moment, somehow in the fight. We have lost a fair amount of this, but 3 rifles are managing to take people out, putting holes in it. They've lost 2 weapons here. No, sorry, yeah, 2 cannons and then a deck gun. But I think eventually they're just going to hit something vital and we're not going to be able to put the fire out, or it's just going to blow up. But you can see we have done some damage. The suspendium chamber is showing through there. We are on half armor, and oh, it looks like we've hit the suspendium chamber, and then the suspendium chamber's blown up. Well, regardless whether we win or lose this, the fact that this tiny building has managed to take out this, or even do this much damage, it's surprising. They've got 1 cannon left. You can hear it impacting on the armour. Sounds like raindrops on a conservatory roof. Don't know what conservatory I've been in recently, but there you go. Yeah, that's firing away and doing good damage. But they're not hitting that bit. That's the bit I want them to hit. You can see there's 1 person going up and down. I think they've only got 1 crew member. I genuinely think they've only got 1 or 2 crew members, because that person's going up and down. Obviously, the ammo stores this bit because there's the armored section, and they're coming down, going in there, cannon fires, and then they go back. I mean, eventually, as I said, we're going to lose because they'll probably take the right or wrong bit out, depending on how you look at it. That sounds like they're into it. Oh, valuable part. Wow. And there's another crew down. There. Surrendered. That is something we did not expect, did we? Over there in Signum. This is their main city. This is their main city. So let's see what damage we can do. Why is that? Oh, I was going to say because of the damage, that's why. I didn't repair them. I didn't think I'd need it, to be honest with you. With the amount of stuff we've got. The enemy's hiding in the fog. You need to get close or aim carefully. I'm opting for close, as one might imagine. Speaking of aim carefully, we'll put them on aim fire. And we've got the Kraken, who, as you can see, the weapons that are in range of this are whacking that one, and the longer range ones are hitting that one. I like the fact that they're sort of independent, and they hit what they need to hit. Quite smart. Looks like that one is almost destroyed. I'm going to wait until this bottom section's removed, because quite frankly, the last thing I want is to come back for that. There's still a bit there, look. Oh, hang on, I think that tentacle's reaching for it. Yep, there we go. That is now gone, I think. But we've still got this bit back here. So, we'll speed it up. We'll... Actually, you know what? I'm going to go over to there. I'm going to let the prims deal with the rest of these ones. Because these are the ones that are armed. These are the ones with the cannons and stuff. And, oh, we're taking... we're notching it down a peg or two. The way that they blow up when that happens is crazy. When you take that one little section out. I mean, again, it looks really cool, but it's a design point of view. Oh, no, maybe not. To be fair, it's not a big box, though, so, you know, it's got that going for it. However, when one of these goes, this tends to collapse. With fairly destructive... Oh, well, just landed, apparently. Apparently, just ignore what I say, because that landed and didn't have any problems whatsoever. But, I think that will be a win for us on this city. That should be it. Vic and Terry, brutal takeover, and that was their main city. We do have an incoming fleet. It's trying to attack their deep castle that we've just taken over. However, we have these 3 vessels that we've stolen off them. We have 2 Denvers up there, which we can repair. A 3rd Denver, plus our other stuff on the left. Yeah, basically the writing's on the wall. We have won this. It's just a matter of time. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 main cities. They haven't got a lot of the outlying settlements because we've taken those over. But quite frankly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We've got 11, so yeah, almost double. Oh no, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have double the amount of main cities, so our income will be a lot higher. We have these Krakens, which are really powerful. Basically, we've won, and I'm not going to finish this fight off. There's no point in continuing on to just smash all these up when we've taken out their main city. If we couldn't, if we didn't defeat that, then that might change things. But in reality, it's pretty much game, set, and match. We have won. Either way, we are going to leave it there for this little bit of a mini-series on Airships Conquer the Skies on the Conquest mode. I know we didn't do any building. We had a little bit of mess around, changing some stuff around, and we've seen some new designs. We've seen the cult of stuff, so there's a lot of new stuff in here. I'm glad we've had a look at it. If we were going to do a much longer one, we'd start the designs from scratch, make them all pointy and spiky and, you know, strange looking instead of boxes. I know you can't really argue with the effectiveness of the Denver, but still, I think we probably go for something a bit more design, more just build it off like aesthetically rather than practically, and yeah, probably go for heavily armoured and have the resurrection stuff in play. But as soon as we got the Kraken, it was just a case of we'll stick with that, and we don't really need to do much else because we're building another Kraken there. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed this mini-series of Airships Conquer the Skies and look at the cult of stuff. If you want to see more, then by all means let me know. If you have any designs for ships and all that sort of thing, then comment in the comments. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.